Today, we will talk about the 10 best yoga poses for stress relief. As you move into each yoga posture, it's essential that you focus your thoughts on your own self-care, self-respect, and your moment-by-moment experience. This mindfulness helps to put you in the right frame of mind to get the most out of yoga for stress relief. Modern living is anything but relaxing. With the demands of work, household chores, financial responsibilities, relationships, and more, it can be difficult just to catch your breath, let alone give your mind and body the care needed to stay healthy. Enter yoga poses for stress relief that you can rely on when you need a moment of calm. Yoga allows you to focus on meditation, mindful breathing, and beneficial postures, which can help lower blood pressure, increase lung capacity, and improve respiratory function and heart rate. According to research, the deep breathing and meditation associated with yoga work on the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, HPA, of your brain, which controls your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, as well as your parasympathetic nervous system, which tells you when to chill out. Yoga can reduce your sympathetic nervous system activity and increase your parasympathetic response, reducing your heart rate and blood pressure. It can also put you in a calmer headspace for sleep, and the community aspect of practicing at a studio can be a catalyst for group healing and stress management. 1. Sun Salutation Pose. The Sun Salutation Pose is actually a series of postures that warms, strengthens, and aligns the entire body. The simplest of these is as follows. Stand with your feet slightly apart and parallel to each other. Stretch your arms, though not rigidly, down alongside your torso with your palms turned out and your shoulders relaxed. Inhale and sweep your arms overhead in wide arcs. If your shoulders are tight, keep your hands apart and gaze straight ahead. Otherwise, bring your palms together, drop your head back, and gaze up at your thumbs. The Sun Salutation, or Surya Namaskar, is a fluid sequence of yoga poses designed to warm up the body and prepare it for more intense practice. The sequence begins in Mountain Pose, Tadasana, standing tall with feet together and arms at your sides. From there, you move into the Upward Salute, or Hastasana, raising your arms overhead and gently arching your back. Next, you transition into a Forward Fold, Uttanasana, bending forward from the hips with hands reaching towards the floor. This is followed by a Halfway Lift, Ardha Uttanasana, where you lift your torso halfway with a flat back. Stepping or jumping back into Plank Pose, Phalakasana, you then lower your body into Chaturanga Dandasana, Four-Limbed Staff Pose, before moving into Upward Facing Dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, lifting your chest and legs. From here, you transition into Downward Facing Dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, creating an inverted V shape with your body. After holding this position, you step or jump forward to a Forward Fold, then rise back to the Upward Salute, and finally return to Mountain Pose. This sequence, often repeated several times, enhances flexibility, strength, and balance while calming the mind. 2. Sitting Pose. Sitting postures are those asanas that start with you sitting down on the floor or in a chair. Try this basic sitting pose. Sit on the floor and stretch your legs out straight in front of you. Next, bend your right leg at the knee, placing your right foot on your left thigh with the help of your hands. Then fold your left leg as well at the knee, holding it with your hands, and bring it to rest on your right thigh. Both of your feet should be close to your navel. Be sure that the soles of your feet are turned upward. Now stretch your arms out, letting your palms rest against your knees. Sit erect while maintaining this posture. 3. Child's Pose. Sitting postures are those asanas that start with you sitting down on the floor or in a chair. Try this basic sitting pose. Sit on the floor and stretch your legs out straight in front of you. Next, bend your right leg at the knee, placing your right foot on your left thigh with the help of your hands. Then fold your left leg as well at the knee, holding it with your hands, and bring it to rest on your right thigh. Both of your feet should be close to your navel. Be sure that the soles of your feet are turned upward. Now stretch your arms out, letting your palms rest against your knees. Sit erect while maintaining this posture. 4. Happy Baby Pose. For this fun pose, lie flat on your back on the floor or a mat. With your head flat on the mat, bend your knees toward your chest at a 90-degree angle. Face the soles of your feet up toward the ceiling. Reaching forward, grab and hold the inside or outside of your feet and spread your knees apart, shifting them toward your armpits. Then flex your heels into your hands and gently rock from side to side. Remain in this position for several breaths while inhaling and exhaling deeply. 5. Thread the Needle Pose. Begin this pose on all fours. Then take your left arm and begin to thread it across the mat and over to the right side. Next, gently drop down to your shoulder and the left side of your head. Your right arm can stay supporting you, or you can reach it overhead or wrap it around your back. Hold this posture for 3 to 5 minutes on each side, then come down very slowly. 6. Standing Forward Fold Pose. Designed to promote calmness and balance your nervous system, this yoga pose stretches your hamstrings, calves, hips, and back, helping to reduce stress and fatigue. It also stimulates the liver and kidneys and helps relieve headaches and insomnia. From a standing position, bend your knees and hinge forward from your hips, placing your hands in front of your feet. Make sure to engage your core and exhale as you fold. Then shift your weight to the balls of your feet. If your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees slightly to avoid straining your lower back. Otherwise, if you can comfortably do so, lengthen through the back of your legs, remembering to keep your weight on the balls of your feet. Next, grab hold of each of your elbows with the hand from the other arm. Focus on softening your jaw, neck, and around your eyes, and clear thoughts from your mind. Hold this pose for 5 breaths, then slowly rise back up to the standing position. 7. Cobra pose. For this pose, place your palms flat on the ground directly under your shoulders. Then bend your elbows straight back and hug them into your sides. Pause for a moment, looking straight down at your mat with your neck in a neutral position and while anchoring your pubic bone to the floor. Next, inhale to lift your chest off the floor. Roll your shoulders back, but keep your low ribs on the floor. Make sure your elbows continue hugging your side without winging out to either side. Do not crank up your head. Keep your gaze fixed on the floor. Hold this pose for up to 30 seconds while maintaining even breathing. To release, exhale, drop your head to the floor and lower your body by using your arms. 8. Cat pose. This pose mostly focuses on stretching your lower back, but also affects the muscles of your hips, upper back, and lungs, releasing tension, increasing spinal flexibility and mobility, and creating emotional balance. You start on your hands and knees, like a cat, and exhale while drawing your stomach into your spine and rounding your back to the ceiling as far as you can. The top of your head should be pointing to the floor. On your inhale, return to your original position. Repeat this movement 10 times, keeping your shoulders relaxed and your arms straight. 9. Reclined twist pose. Start this pose by lying on your back with your arms out, so you're a T shape. Then move your hips a little over the right and bring your knees over to the left. You can support your knees with a bolster or blocks. Hold this position for 3 to 5 minutes. To come out of the pose, simply bring your knees over your hips and then repeat on the other side. 10. Legs up the wall pose. To perform this pose, sit on the floor facing a wall. Lower your head and shoulders to the floor, lying on your side. Then roll onto your back and stretch your legs up the wall with your feet comfortably hip distance apart. You can adjust your position by moving your tailbone toward the wall. Find a comfortable position for your arms at your sides with your palms turned up. Relax your legs against the wall and release all effort. Settle into the pose and breathe. Hold this position for at least 10 minutes. To come out of the pose, bend your knees and roll to your side. Remain there for a few breaths before using your arms to slowly push yourself back up to a seated position. Looking for more yoga? Try the Peloton app, where you can filter via options such as class time, type, or instructor to find the right yoga class to fit your individual needs. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.